are live. I know it's a little early, but I've been sitting here just ready to go. I got my subjects ready just to have this conversation, and I'm glad you guys can join us. We got two people already in this stream. I appreciate you guys. That's awesome. That's a great start. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And before we get started, of course, our sponsor is water. Very good for you, good for your skin, it's good for your organs, it's good for your body. Make sure you're drinking a cup of water a day at the very least. There's some people out there don't even think about it and don't even drink it, but it's good for you. You got to go out there and get that water. It's brought to you by H2O. This show is brought to you by H2O. Let's go. And I got my signature Taco Bell cup. As we all know, I'm a big fan of Taco Bell, really mainly just because of the price, and it's kind of delicious. I'm not going to lie. It's delicious, and it's relatively cheap for what it is. I'm not going to lie to you. Under $20 feeds two people in this day and age. And it's not some stupid ass value menu. I'm just saying. Papa J in the house. Good to see you, Papa J. Papa J, the life of the comment section, the life of this show, man. Thank you so much. Best mod a guy can ask for. Let's go ahead and jump into the subjects. These are the subjects. Today, we are going to talk about Baldy's opinion that we should flip Brock Purdy for Sam Darnold. What in the actual I don't get demonetized just in case one day I do get demonetized. I don't want to make this video count. But you know what I was about to say. And then what else? Another one thing. There's a couple of news about Devondre Campbell with his suspension, plus what players had to say about it as well, which I thought was crucial. We'll talk about 49ers versus Dolphins, of course. And pretty much there's a 0.01% chance the last time I checked. So you know how the saying goes. So you're saying there's a chance. So what we're doing is we're going to talk about this. We got Michael Catanzaro. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, man, in the house. Good afternoon, Wolfie and Papa J. Hope you all have a great Tuesday. So far, it's pretty good. Moving pretty smooth. Work is going by pretty fast, which I really enjoy. And as per usual, every time I start the show, my dog wants to go outside to the patio because she realizes she's not going outside the front door. So she's like, I can't hear you scream and yell and shit. So I'll be back. 1 second. No. I'm here. Okay, so, but before we get started on the first subject, was Devondre Campbell being suspended. We're going to talk about that. I love this live, says Val. Val being the host. OG, very consistent. I like seeing you. Hey, what's up, Michael? We're showing some love. That's what I like to see. But before we get started, just saying. It's that kind of type of live. Papa J showing some love. That's awesome. We like to see. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into the suspension of Devondre Campbell. I love this move. Absolutely love it. Couldn't be any happier. This person deserves to be suspended, and knowing some team out there that hates the 49ers will go out of their way to pick him up and be like, yeah, he betrayed the 49ers, so we're going to pick him up but not play him at all. But we'll pick him up just to fucking bitch slap the 49ers. You know that's exactly what people would do. You know that's what some team out there would do. Probably the Eagles. I'm not going to lie to you. But you know there would be a team out there that would do that. So I absolutely love the fact that he's being suspended for 3 games. Keep him on the roster, too, after that because there's no more games than that. And then not to mention they're trying to get more out of trying to get some money back from Devondre Campbell. Whatever you can possibly do it. Honestly, I'm surprised they can't just do conduct detrimental to the team and to get all of their money back from that, because that is insane, man, to not even play. I understand you want to throw a fit. Like, I don't even understand that. But what I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of, okay, I'm still going to go out there and play because that's hundreds of thousands of dollars regardless. I may be upset that I don't get to play, but I would be screwed. I don't know how you don't think about that. I don't know how that doesn't cross your mind. I don't know how you I want to throw a tantrum, then I was going to leave the field, blah, 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 and just, I do not understand how you do not stop and think to yourself, is this going to benefit me at all or hurt me? It's because it sure as hell hurt him. Whatever legacy he had, this will now be his legacy. This man is screwed, and I fucking love it. You can't do that. This could have been the Cowboys, and I hate the Cowboys. Cowboys with the passion. It could have been the Cowboys, and I would have been upset. I'm like, you can't be doing that. You can't just be quitting on your team like that. I'm serious. It could literally be the most hated team, my most hated team, and I would be like, this is bullshit. You shouldn't be doing this. That's crazy to me, dude. It's wild that someone actually thinks this would benefit them in any way, feel like this would be a get back on them. Because let's be realistic. Yeah, sure, Devondre Campbell did not play. Did it hurt the team? Yeah, for the most part, I guess it kind of did. But realistically, what the fuck was he going to do? Be the 61st linebacker again? Right? And not to mention, you're so selfish. You took a game check away from somebody who could have been on the practice squad and could have used that money. Jalen Graham has a family. Everyone else on that practice squad has a family, and you screwed those people over just because an all-pro linebacker who's a fan favorite, who's the lifeblood of the defense, comes back and to have zero self-awareness that you somehow think you're better than him and you deserve to be out there. I do not understand it. Like that one thing conquered all of that. That one thing of Dre Greenlaw, who is better than you, conquers your self-awareness, your game checks, and the livelihood of the team, who have nothing to do with that decision, by the way. Just to throw it out there. They do not have like the Diamondor Lenore, like what he said. That's a cancer. That's freaking bullshit. Same thing with Bosa. Hey, I kind of saw this coming. I think that's bullshit. I agree. Like they don't, those people, you are punishing those people who had nothing to do with it. And now you're also punishing yourself. There's like a 1% benefit to yourself, which is like a small get back. But then once that get back is over, you're fucked. You're screwed. I love that what John Lynch had to do, which was confront him, yell. I wish I could get the recording. I wish I could see that. I wish I could hear everything because I want to know what 47 red looks like. I would love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. So I do not understand the thought process. You are so selfish, so self-involved, lack so much zero self-awareness. You cost yourself your legacy and money. And respect. That is insane. All three, a trifecta. That is so nuts to me, dude. I do not understand. There's going to be some 49ers haters out there be like, yeah, he deserved it. No, they were going to playoffs. That is hater talk. But if you want to be realistic and logical, it made no sense even for him. That approach made no sense go out there and play shitty then. Like, I'm not saying I wanted him to do that, but like, go out there and play worse than you already were then. Be like, hey, I went out there, man. I tried, whatever. You literally picked the worst option possible. You picked the worst option possible, dude. Doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. How people would be so stupid. God, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I'm done talking about Campbell there for a second, but I just want to really dig into that. I really wanted to just give my full opinion on how stupid of a decision that is. It's just so dumb. All right. Like people hate their job all the time. People in their job get screwed over. People all the time get screwed over in promotions, but they're not going to sit there and be like, I'm not going to do my job. I quit because they still have a family to feed, right? They still have things they need to do. They still have things they need to take care of. And not to mention it screws over the rest of the team for the people they like at their job. Like there's like not even desperate people would do this. I'm telling you, years down the line, we're going to watch a video of this guy in a documentary or in some interview like, hey, man, you know what? I really shouldn't have done that because I really kind of screwed myself over. I see it coming. I see it. It's going to happen. We're going to see it. Devondre Campbell, man, the biggest L ever. And on the bright side, the one thing Devondre Campbell did gift us, was not only sympathy for the 49ers, but a little bit of distraction that the 49ers fan base could use for the losing season that we currently had. The sucky season that we had. The fucking nightmare curse season from down under, okay? Straight from the deep south type curse, okay? It's bad, all right? It's almost as if, like, when we lost the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, Taylor Swift and all of them was like, now let's consume their luck. Let's just suck the life out of the 49ers and just pass it over to us. Because I swear to God, they're the luckiest team on the fucking planet. and they must have stole the luck out of the 49ers. It is insane. Someone almost fucking died. People actually died. Holdouts, injuries, just what in the world, dude? Just so, I mean, on the bright side, we all can come together. For like the people who do agree with me and people who do disagree with me with the state of the 49ers and the future of them, we could all come together and get united in one thing. Fuck Devondre Campbell and that stupid ass decision. Some people want to look like, oh, this is a distraction. I don't fucking care. I'll take it. I'm gonna look at my cup with some water in it and be like, okay, we could use this distraction. we can use something that has us all come together. So I'll take it. We got some comments in here. And we're showing some love. Nothing much, Papa. Jay, just getting dinner ready before calling on the Rombo Sports. Oh, shit, you're calling in, man. Ask some good questions, brother. Ask some good questions, man. He's got good energy, man. Rombo's got some good energy, dude. You know, he always brings it every single live from what I've seen. Good dude, you know, and I know you guys love him as well. So I totally see where you guys come from. You know, he brings that energy every single live, man. That's actually impressive. You think there'd be like one live where he's just like, you know, I'm just not bringing it right now. No, that dude brings 110%. He earns every single subscriber he's got. Campbell needs to be banned from playing any snap in the NFL. I think so too. There just needs to be a collective. I understand he's old already, like what, 32 years old. Like and it's like, okay, he should just retire. And it's not really going to affect him because this is about the time where he should retire, especially considering his lack of talent all year anyway, despite this situation. But I mean, it should be indefinite, right? This, like Antonio Brown, yeah, he was already a mess before he just jogged off the field and left. But like, you get blackballed for this shit, man. That's crazy. Someone put it best. Whether you like it or not, man, the NFL, down to the nitty gritty, is a fraternity. Okay? You screwed over the fraternity. The fraternity is not going to forgive you. You're going to be blackballed. You're going to be shoved to the side. Your legacy is going to be buried in the dirt. You will not, like, seriously, any team that picks that fucker up, any team deserves Lions-esque curse, okay? 50 years of punishment is what they deserve if they pick that fucker up. I don't care how many players go down for the Lions. Do not pick this guy up. Don't do it. Don't do it. I guess you can't because the 49ers are going to keep him on the squad. They're going to suspend him for 3 games and then just keep him on the rest of the year until the next season. So he can't even join a team in the playoffs. That was one of my concerns. Was like, yeah, he gets suspended 3 games, but he can go and play. No, they're not cutting it. They're going to keep him on the squad, try to get all the money back from them as they can, and keep him on the team until the new league year starts. So, and that's what they should do. That's exactly what they should do. 49ers doing right. I hope the Jets beat the Rams. Rodgers hopes to have 2 games back to back. Yeah, so do I. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. I mean, I fucking hate Aaron Rodgers with the passion, dude. But I kind of need him to take some Percocets or lock in, man. Get that W. Dude, the Jets almost beat the Seahawks, man. If that happened, we'd be in a different conversation right now. I want you guys to know that. And it is possible, of course. Hope. Hey, you gotta hope, man. Gotta hope. Things happen in the NFL any given Sunday. You never know. What's worse is quitting during the game, dude. You cost, like, you do so much by doing it in front of the game. If you do it beforehand, it's still kind of bad because you quit because someone else took the job in front of you, even though you're getting a game check, even though you are getting money, whatever. That's ridiculous to me. But it's like you quitting during a game is like the cardinal sin of any NFL team. Of the NFL in general, dude. It is the cardinal sin. You can't do that. Campbell acts like a little kid. I think he hasn't grown up. Yeah, I know. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. And, you know, Green Bay Packers fans kind of warned us before we got him. Like, hey, man, he was nothing but drama, nothing but problems, constantly complained all the time, blamed everybody but himself. And that happens a lot in the NFL. A lot of people tend to blame themselves other than other people. And they don't blame themselves. They blame other people. And that's what Campbell is. There were red flags when we got Campbell. He quit on Green Bay also. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. We should have paid attention. I just didn't expect him to take it this far. to be like, hey, I'm going to get back. You don't need me out there. Yeah, well, how much of you being out there actually would have helped us? Especially if you wanted to quit. You weren't going to do anything for us anyway. I'm glad you're going to miss out on your money, man. You know, like someone said Madden curse was not real, and then he told somebody, hold my beer. 10%, dude. Rumbo is the originator of these Niner channels. He is an OG. I remember being like, before Grant Cohn, because I used to be, I hate saying this, I used to be like a fan of that dude. I used to be a fan of Grant Cohn. And before Grant Cohn, it was Rombo Sports. I haven't watched him in quite some time, just usually really busy. And, you know, but yeah, Rombo is an OG, deserves everything that comes to him. He's a great one, no 100%. Great one in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Rombo's way better than Ramilia Sports. Rams only has 36. Rombo gets over 100 views. Hey, man, some great channels don't get all the views. Some non-great channels get all the views. Sometimes it's just who you know, right? And I'm not trying to take a shit on Larry Krueger and other people, but like Larry Krueger got that boost because he knew people, right? Got sponsors right off the bat. Like things like that. Sometimes if you just know people, you get all the viewerships. You just got to know people. And again, I'm not talking shit about Larry Krueger, but from the start, the man had sponsors, right? The man was set up. So I'm just saying, like, you pass some of those sponsors down to him. I'm just saying. NFL's fraternity just asked Colin Kaepernick. Rudy's going to do a good job too, but Rambo definitely kick ass. Yeah, no doubt. Lynch ripped Campbell's ass. Pause. Campbell was not good either. He was not. Papa J gave up. He's Papa J. He's going to watch Speedy Gonzalez cartoon Sunday during the game. There's a lot of better cartoons out there. I'm not going to lie to you. Papa J screwed Rudy Pooty. I don't know what that means. 49er Brian in the house. Tribe, one of my best haters in the house. 110%, man. Rombo is my man. All right, I'm happy for you guys. I'm wondering, how long have you guys been together? Hope you guys been together a long time. Papa J says 49er Brian, my boy. Hey, we got Papa J's son in here too. Game changer. Stop smoking, Dinu. That's it. I don't know what that means. So hopefully I didn't curse right now. I don't know what that means. So did you get me with the new slang these days kids talk about? I hope not. Smoking. Stop smoking. Hi. Welcome to the stream. What up, Papa J? We're showing some love. Larry Krueger, good show. Also, Wolf, your show is also great. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. And you know what? Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again. All right. I've been Rombo 5 years. Awesome, dude. Yeah, he's a good guy. He deserves it, man. He deserves it. He started from the bottom. Now we're here kind of type stuff. You know what I mean? He started from the bottom. Now we're here kind of stuff. I think that's what we call Drake. I think that's what the kids call Drake. Dude is my name. Hello from Moldova. Oh, shit, dude. Oh, my God. Dinu. Am I saying it right? Is it Dinu or is it Dinu? Is it Dinu or Dinu? Both are dope. Both are dope names. Stop smoking. Welcome, homie. Yep. Hey, we're showing some love. Tony Wright, will you support the Falcons team? He's chill with us and Rombo Sports. Okay. 2. Danu. All right. Danu's dope. That's dope. Did you know? I'm just kidding. All right. So let's go ahead and jump over to the next stuff. We just got done talking about Devandre Campbell. He's going to be suspended. And this is how much money this guy is going to lose. Let me see if I can bring that up real quick. Share it. Boop. And boop. All right. Let me bring that up right now. Just so you guys have a little clarification of just how much this man is losing. This is according to Spot Track, who keeps track of all of the contracts throughout the NFL. So does Over the Track. I like Over the Track better. Over the Cap, I mean, because they kind of break it down a lot easier. And it's not like a bunch of numbers here and there. They're like, here's the numbers that you just need to know. I like Over the Cap better, but Spot Track is still a good source. So if you use Spot Track, that's good. They give you a lot more content, I feel like, on there. It's just Over the Cap is a lot simpler. Devondre Campbell's 3-game suspension conduct detrimental to the team, so they got away with that. Will cost him $261,666. Oh, shit. Sign of the devil in salary and pregame active bonus. I mean, that's that's just rubbing the wound. Like if you're a spiritual person, right, and if you're a religious person, that just rubs it in the wound. You know what I mean? The 49ers will also have the option to go after the 11,660. What is with the 666 of his 3.3 for million signing bonus for his games? Like, it's almost like the 49ers like purposely made it like the sign of the devil if this fucking happens. That number could jump even higher if Campbell's playing time incentives aren't met, adding an additional $500,000 to the $373,000 that the veteran potentially could lose from the base salary and bonuses. So far, this dude might lose somewhere around $1 million plus. Fucking love it. Love it. I hope we can get out. I wonder if we can get out of his, because if we cut him by the end of the year, we will have a dead cap from last time I checked. So hopefully we can get out from under his contract in general and just recoup all that money for a cap. We'll see. I don't think that's going to happen because he did play. We'll see. I hope for the best, though. Okay. But that's what I hope to happen. We'll find out towards the end of the season, I'm sure, exactly how that's going to affect the cap from here on out. But refusal to play may cost Devondre Campbell up to $873,332 and ultimately save the 49ers that much against the cap. All right, 206 3-game base salary, $60,000 3-game per game bonus. Could you imagine just being able to quit and losing all this? Like, that's a lot of money, dude. It's a lot of money, man. I don't know if I even made that money in my lifetime. God, people are stupid. People are so dumb. It's not like it's not like Devondre Campbell. Yeah, he had that all-pro season like 3 years ago, but he comes off as the type of guy who blows through his money, who'll spend every single dollar he has and be like, I'm buying this gold chain, I'm buying this diamond, I'm buying 5 cars and stuff like that. He seems like that type of guy, and it does seem like the type of guy who could use this money in the future, even though he's probably going to blow it out anyway, but that's not the point. Like, this is a lot of money to a lot of people, right? And it's going to be a lot of money to him in the future because he's not going to play anymore. So you better hope he saved his money. It's just, people don't think, man. People don't think. People don't think. I don't understand. Let me go up some of these comments. Been around 5 years. Tony two. Dragnostia Dentieka Aka Numa is from Moldova. Did I say it right? I tried adding a accent to it and then adding a little bit of like, because I speak a little Spanish, add a little Spanish accent to it, and hopefully I nailed it with a little tiny bit of Russian. Oh, suspended 3 games. Yes, he is. 3 games. 3 games. Isn't that the rest of the season? Exactly. It's the rest of the season. So that means, and if we don't go to the playoffs, which you're telling me there's a chance with 0.01%. If we don't go to the playoffs, he has no more games to play. So technically, effectively, he gets no more money. It's over from there, right? So, do you make song reactions? Just curious because I released a new song. I do not do that. But I tell you what, I'll do you solid, man. If you make music and it's banging, where's my pen? I'll write that shit down and I'll go listen to it. I'll go listen. Where's my pen? Let me go grab a pen, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm here. All right, I'm here. I'm back. And I'm back. And I'm back. Shoot me the song, man. I'll go listen to it. Steve Young was at our high school championship. We won 14-0 Greenwich Cardinals, 14 West Haven, 0 in Connecticut. Only 14 points, though. I don't know. Now you see me cursing him every way. They need to, man. They need to do whatever they can. And I feel like they have the right to. I'm surprised they don't have the right to completely take away his entire contract. I'm surprised they can't do that. Because what he did was literally break the contract. He broke his contract. And I feel like if you break your contract, literally, you should lose everything from there. I don't understand that. Like, you should be able to do that. Campbell will cry to players you need to watch. They're not going to fucking help him. They shouldn't help him. Like, he's going to. But there's no way any player's looking at that saying, yeah, hey man, I'm going to defend you with everything I got because you deserve to walk out. I don't see a single person from the union that's going to be like, yeah, let me do my best to defend. Technically, they have to defend him on some level because that's a union's job. But like, if they're not going to try their best to defend him, like I said, it's a fraternity, right? So they will defend him, but they won't defend him. If that makes sense. Michael, I think Steve Young needs to be more present in our 49ers games so we can start winning. I think he's pretty present a lot, actually. I'm not to be against you or anything, but I think he's around a lot. I think he has a lot of good opinions. I think you get a good point that Kyle Shanahan needs to reinvent his offense. I 110% agree with that. Kyle Shanahan, his offense is figured out, man. They got it. Some people copied it so much that practicing it in their training camps and preseason, they never understand it. It's a copycat league. And when you do a copycat league, people have their I understand now moment. And that's what people have. That's what the entire league pretty much has on Kyle Shanahan. They have their I understand it now moment. And that's what happens. So I do agree that Kyle needs to reinvent his offense. It's very good for the past I think even from 2017, the moment he got there, to 2023, it was great. Fantastic. But this year, not one fucking player has been open at all. Right? His scheme hasn't consistently gotten players open for Brock Purdy. And I think that even if you have players who can't run the schemes sometimes, even if you got lackluster separation receivers, you should be able to open up players with your scheme. And that's just not happening. So I do agree. Yeah. And I bet he will, and I bet they won't listen to the union will probably rip in a new one. They should. They should. Facts. We shall see, Papa. We shall see. He's definitely going to do it. Definitely going to make a complaint. Definitely going to file one. Hopefully it doesn't work out. Jay Falaho, what up, dude? What up, my Niner fam? Hey, we're showing some love. That's what I like to see. Go 49ers. Bang, bang. All right, so what's next? We just got done talking about Devondre Campbell. That's over. By the way, I got 2 videos up for us. One, we're going to watch Brad Graham from the SF Niners talk about Baldy saying the 49ers should flip Brock Purdy for Sam Darnold, dude. Like, okay, look. Yes, Sam Darnold's playing good. But Kevin O'Connell is just that good of a fucking head coach, dude. I'm sorry. I know some people are like, oh, well, Kyle Shanahan's had his holes, and Brock Purdy has done his thing to fill those. Kevin O'Connell has taken shit quarterback after shit quarterback after shit quarterback after Kirk Cousins and won games consistently. Kevin O'Connell is an absolute genius. He's really good at his job and deserves a lot more credit that people are not giving it to him. He does things he opens up the offense so much. He gives Sam Darnold just incredible plays, wide open plays consistently. I can't tell. I don't know if it's because of Addison and because of Justin Jefferson, but I can definitely tell you because of his scheme, I have seen players wide open because of his scheme. So I don't think it's good to be like Sam Darnold is that guy when literally Sam Darnold, if he had this offensive line, if he had these wide receivers, if he had the running back issues that's happening right now, if he had these things, if he had this defense, Sam Darnold wouldn't be close to Brock Purdy. The Vikings have everything going for them, man. They have an excellent defense. Excellent. They have an excellent offensive line. They have an excellent wide receiver core. They have an excellent tight end and TJ Hawkinson. They have an excellent running back. Aaron Jones. I just don't think that if you took Sam Darnold into the same situation as Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold probably win 2 games, tops. 2. So it's like some people don't want to look at it where like Kevin O'Connell is just that fucking good. That offensive roster is just that fucking good. The defense is just that fucking good. Their special teams are good. That whole team from top to bottom, wherever corner you want to look is good. It's good. So now you want to take one season where that's another thing. You want to say, okay, Sam Darnold's this guy because he has all the weapons in the world, the best defense in the league, the best special teams, and one of the best head coaches. And you'd be like, okay, he's this guy. But Brock Purdy last year had pretty much almost all those things. Still a terrible special teams, a questionable Kyle Shanahan scheme at the time, okay, and a defense that wasn't that good, was still first in deep passes, first in first down percentages, first in whatever, like a bunch of shit. A bunch of shit. Sam Darnold's not that. Sam Darnold has more than what Brock Purdy had last year, and he's doing less than what Brock Purdy did last year. And you want to flip that? You want to say just because one fucking season where everything went bad for Brock Purdy for every quarterback on the planet? Just think of what could go wrong for a quarterback. It's happened to Brock Purdy. Think about one thing. Bad separation happened. Wide receivers can't get yak, can't happen. Wide receivers dropping balls, it happens. Just running back, their number one running backs out. Wide receivers are shit, they're shit. Like, just name it. Offensive line is terrible. You fucking name it. You want to say that season is who Brock Purdy is, but you want to say this season where Sam Darnold has everything in the fucking world is who he is? Get out of here, dude. Get the fuck out. Give Brock Purdy that offense. Give Brock Purdy go. I swear to God, if Brock Purdy goes to the Vikings, man, they're winning a Super Bowl. They're going that far. Literally the only questionable part of the Vikings right now is, the left tackle because Darius Hall got hurt, and Sam Darnold. Makes no sense. Like, 1 year doesn't define a quarterback. Okay? Especially with what he's working with. And if you want to compare, like I just did, it's not even equal. I'll be back. I'll let my dog inside. I swear to God, I'm my pet's bitch. I swear to God. I swear. I'm way too soft on my pets, man. I'm way too soft on my pets. All right. Okay. Well, I'm not a fan. Last night during the game, the announcer said Kyle should go to Chicago. Yeah, that is just something that was brought up by Mike Florio, who said an opinion. Oh, I think he should go to Chicago. They should trade 2 first-rounders, and then like everybody decided to roll with it. They're going to say that forever. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And Karen in the house, it's just not going to happen. Hey, we're showing some love. Hey, that's what I like to see. Ball is crazy. Sam has a much better team around him than him this year. Brock has everyone injured. Everything possible, Karen. Everything possible. I bet if the Vikings had Brock, they would be better, but yet Brock would still be called a system quarterback, 110%. I just think that Brock would totally go to the Super Bowl. Why did Brock get discredit for playing with the Avengers last year while Darby gets credit for playing with the Avengers this year? Because he's a 7th-round draft pick. Because people can't believe that a 7th-round draft pick is this good, but they'll believe a quarterback who's had multiple years with multiple teams, who was a 3rd overall pick. Oh, this is who he is. It's the only thing I can think of. It's the only thing. Strawberry Rex in the house. I love your comment, man. 110% true. It's draftism. It's quite literally draftism. People can't believe that a 7th-round draft pick who goes to the 49ers, who really just needed a quarterback to take it to the next level, which they did. Like, this offense is significantly better than it was with Jimmy G. I don't care what stats you want to bring up. I don't give a fuck. Jimmy G is not better than Brock Purdy. And Brock Purdy is that good as a 7th-round draft pick. It's draftism. It's 110% draftism. It's a new fucking word. Brock Purdy is so good, they invented a new word. Draftism. Isn't that crazy? Oh my God. Papa J, we're showing some love. Hey, remember Kyle could have kept Sam. He didn't. I'm glad he didn't. I don't think Sam is better. Darnold would have been asked for it. I know. He would have had 2 wins. 3 wins tops, dude. Tops. Show some facts. Karen, people are creaming their pants over the idea of Kyle in Chicago with Caleb Williams, but if Chicago didn't do well, then Kyle would get blamed. That's true. The other thing is, like, Chicago fans are like, okay, we'll take him. But Kyle, like, literally Chicago fans, everywhere I've seen, have been like, yeah, let's give up 2 first-round draft picks for Kyle Shanahan. Let's do it. They are salivating at the idea of it because of the potential, because of what Kyle Shanahan can do. Yes, he should be on the hot seat this coming year, just because if he repeats this performance and the injuries aren't the same, the luck isn't the same, and he repeats his performance, I do think that should be an indictment on him. However, he should not be on the hot seat right now, if that makes sense. You should keep a close eye on him next year if he repeats his performance. Because repeating this performance with everything not going wrong and it's just him at that point, then yeah, he should be to blame. But this year, no one really should be to blame. The only people on this team that should be blamed for anything, that should be like on the hot seat in any level, is Deebo Samuel, and that is it. Oh, and Jake Moody. Jake Moody and Deebo Samuel are the 2 players that should be on the hot seat. I guess Leonard Floyd, but he's kind of like a rental anyway. But I'm talking about people who are supposed to be like consistently here. Deebo's on the hot seat, and so is Jake Moody. Outside of that, everyone else, to me, gets a pass. Like, I said this 1,000 times in multiple different streams. Show me a team that has gone through what the 49ers have gone through, made the playoffs. And you'll be like, oh, but the Lions have 16 players on IR. That didn't fucking happen until they literally were in the playoffs. We're going to see what this defense, they give up 40-plus points. I think a game before that, they gave a shit ton of points. That defense is falling apart because of injuries. We had that from the fucking jump. We had that since literally June. So the Lions is not a good excuse for that either. I'm just saying. Brock will always be criticized because of where he was drafted. Me and people can't wait for him to fail. Yeah, exactly. It's draftism, man. They cannot believe that a 7th round draft pick, the last pick in the draft, is this good. Okay. Sometimes that happens, man. I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer yet. I believe he will be one day. There's a difference between belief and proclamations. Those are just 2 different things. I believe he will be one day. I do believe that he's elite. I can't proclaim that right now, considering the season, regardless of what's happening. It's just an argument that can't be made. Last year, you could say that. This year, you can't really say that. That's what I believe. People are making proclamations about Brock Purdy, despite the fact for a year and a half, he was excellent, insane quarterback. You could argue this is his sophomore slump. I love when Poggy says that. It's a good point by Poggy. This could technically be his sophomore slump. 2.5 years does not make you the quarterback who you are. 2.5 years does not make you not a Hall of Famer. Doesn't make you someone who's not just elite. It took Peyton Manning years. It took Joe Montana years. They're considered one of the greatest at their position. Oh, and this is kind of a little off subject, but I've seen it everywhere. People want to say, oh, Brock's got a noodle arm. He can't be elite. I'm sorry. Joe Montana, noodle arm. Tom Brady, noodle arm. Peyton Manning, noodle arm. Those guys are literally considered the best of their position. Joe Montana said it best. How often are you really throwing it 40-plus yards a game? How often are you really doing that? Right now, if you go look at the stats, I don't want to bring them up right now, but if you go look at them right now, there has been, 15 games played? I can't do the math right now. There is literally, and people are not even throwing 40-plus yards on average a game. Not one of those. And even if that is the case, even let's say that is important, he was first in deep passes last year, 20 and 40. And in a year where everything's shitty and everything's going wrong, players aren't getting separation, players are dropping balls left and right, he is second. Last time I checked, second in deep balls passes, 20-plus yards, despite the wide receivers. 7th in 40-plus, despite the wide receivers in no-line. Despite slow-ass wide receivers, he is still top 10 and fucking deep passes. You're going to tell me his noodle arm is a problem? Stop it. Stop it. God. Yeah, people are loving it right now. That's the thing, man. When you lose, you're going to have haters jump on it. But then there's going to be some people way too much in their emotions and say they're going to proclaim this, right? It's going to happen. But this is what happened. It took 2020 season. For some reason, people understand there's a reason why the 49ers lost. So they give an excuse for that season, but this season they don't, which is weird. But for 3 straight years, they've been saying the 49ers suck, right? And then the 1 year where everything goes wrong, possibly you can think of on the top of your brain, they're saying, oh, they always sucked. Motherfucker, there's literally only one fucking team, like 1 or 2 teams that could ever talk shit for the past 3 years. It was been like the Rams, Bengals, and Chiefs. Outside of that, no one really could talk shit because the 49ers were literally better than them. Quite literally better than them. So they're taking this chance to watch a kingdom that's going through a Great Depression right now, and they're pointing and laughing. But in reality, they are scared because they know that once the 49ers come back next year and they get better next year, come back healthier next year, they're going to be just as dominant. And they're going to say, oh, Brock Purdy wasn't this guy in 2024, wasn't this guy in 2024. It doesn't matter what Brock Purdy does from here on out. Until the man wins multiple Super Bowls, I mean multiple, he could win 1. It wouldn't be enough. The man has to win multiple Super Bowls to break that draftism. So you guys need to get on board with the fact that people are just going to hate on Brock Purdy no matter what. Oh, here's another stat that drives me crazy. Here's one stat that I see that some content creators are rolling with. Brock Purdy in the fourth quarter is this X, 68%, some shit, something like that. I'm sorry. Is it the same people saying that Kyle Shanahan sucks in the fourth quarter? Kyle Shanahan is the reason we choke away games in the fourth quarter, are saying that Brock Purdy also sucks in the fourth quarter. Which is it? Because what you're telling me is if we didn't have the worst fourth quarter head coach in the league, Brock Purdy's numbers would be better. That's what you're telling me. So which is it? You can't have it both ways. You can't say Kyle's this shit. It's terrible. And expect Brock Purdy to put up top 5, top 10 numbers in the fourth quarter. So do you think Kyle Shanahan is absolute shit and is holding Brock Purdy back? Or is Brock Purdy just that bad and he's holding Kyle Shanahan back? Because I promise you, if it was both of them, Brock Purdy would have a significantly less completion percentage than 68.8. He would have no touchdowns and no interceptions. And sorry, like 20 interceptions in the fourth quarter. But no. Is he making the offense better in the fourth quarter despite Kyle Shanahan? Or is Kyle Shanahan doing whatever he can with a shit quarterback in the fourth quarter? Pick one. You can't have it both ways. And another thing, a football game is 4 fucking quarters. It is not 1 quarter. Stop being picky choosy with your stats. This is my problem when people pick stats. Stats can become irrelevant if you do not back it up with other stats. If you just pick and choose part of a game at this point, if you say there's been 14 games this season, right? There's been like 14 games this season. And you say in the past 16 games, he's been this. Why 16? Why not 17? Why not 18? If you wonder why, it's to fit your narrative. It's to fit your fucking narrative. That's why. Because it makes the numbers worse if you go further back into something else. But if you really want to get like really cut into brass tacks here, Brock was the reason why we beat the Packers. It was the reason why we beat the Lions. The reason we even went to he was closer beating the Chiefs than any fucking team last year in the playoffs. So for you to be like, hey, Brock Purdy is this guy in the fourth quarter when this happens at this point, no. You need to have stats that back up those stats. You need to have facts who back up those stats. You can't just say bare bone dry, cut this piece of cake off. This is who he is. So stupid. So dumb. So dumb. I put 50 on the Giants and Jets for 950. Oh fuck. I'm not really a better man, but if you got the money, I guess. Steve-O knows. I would love to see what happens when Sam Darnold gets a massive payday. I would love to see that too, man. I would see that too, but I don't think so. I think even in Sam Darnold, while he's playing, he's probably going to pay like what 1/6. He's probably get like the Daniel Jones deal, because I truly people want to jump on the Sam Darnold train, but no one actually thinks Sam Darnold is that guy. No one actually thinks that. People literally just think that Sam Darnold is the next Kirk Cousins. With how he's playing right now, he's the next Kirk Cousins. He might get a fully guaranteed contract, but it's going to be relatively low, like $40 million. Somewhere between there. And special teams goes is bad. Yeah, that's terrible. Floyd had 8 sacks. Do you think Sorensen should be fired? Bosa said he's doing a good job. If you ask any casual, not casual, I take that back. I won't say casual. But if you ask any 49ers fan, most of them would say fire Sorensen. But I think that he's shown flashes of something good. And I think that if you actually gave him a good D-line, because we don't have a good D-line this year. I know that Floyd has 8 sacks, but he's been getting it towards the end of the season when it's been kind of pointless. And he's gotten quiet sacks, right? So he hasn't gotten clutch sacks, in my opinion. When Bosa was out, we all knew as 49ers fan this defense was going to break a lot because Bosa was out. If Floyd was actually that guy or as remotely good, was half of what Bosa was, our defense would look a lot better. I think that Sorensen showed flashes of a good defensive coordinator. He is technically a rookie if you want to look at it. I do think he deserves another chance, but that's just me as a fan and from what I've seen. But if you ask most 49ers fans, they'll tell you he's got to go. However, I would, in a heartbeat, get rid of Sorensen for Robert Saleh. In a heartbeat. I would not even question. Even if Robert Saleh said, hey, I'm coming back 1 year, and then Nick Sorensen was like, hey, what are you doing, man? I want my next year, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I don't care, man. It's Robert Saleh. It's Robert Saleh, man. If you want to go, fine. We'll work on someone else after that, and we'll have someone work under Robert Saleh. You don't want to work under Robert Saleh? Because we all know that Robert Saleh is going to get a head coaching job again. The Jets are just stupid. They're just dumb, okay? They are a victim of their own demise, man. They literally cuffed themselves to Aaron Rodgers is what they did. And I promise you, if Robert Saleh was still head coach and they didn't have Aaron Rodgers, their season would be a lot better. Aaron Rodgers is just a cancer. He's just that bad. So I know that Robert Saleh, if he were to go back to the 49ers, would have one amazing year again, and then someone else would want to hire him as head coach. Because I think he's actually a good head coach. He was just a victim of Aaron Rodgers. And so people forget that it's a team sport. Burrow has a bad record this year. Brock is only one person. 110%, Karen. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Burrow is having an amazing year. Burrow is playing lights out. The Bengals are flat out wasting elite, and I mean elite Joe Burrow play right now. Elite play. It's crazy. I heard that someone said that, like, I don't know why Burrow's complaining. They won the game. Blah, blah. It's because his greatness is being wasted. I would be frustrated too. And he looked a little frustrated on the sideline in the recent game, and he's like, we should be better. We should be playing better. We should be doing this. I 110% agree on the defensive side of the ball. Burrow is playing amazing. And if he wasn't having a losing season, the MVP would be between him and Josh Allen. 110%. What are the injuries for the 49ers for this next 49ers game? I think Trent is still out. I'm pretty sure Trent's going to be out for the rest of the season. As they should. They should just rest him for the rest of the year, personally. Get Jalen Moore some more reps. Try to practice other things, O-line. Bosa, I think, is playing. I think everybody's playing. I think everybody is playing. I guess let's look at the injury report. What's the injury report say? Injury report. Looking at the injury report. All right. Did not practice. Ben Barch is going to be out. Trent Williams is going to be out. Nick Bosa is probably going to play because based on what he said in the interview, he's probably going to play. Isaac Guerrero will probably play for sure. Dre Greenlaw was just soreness, but he was full participation on Wednesday. Wait, I think this is for last week. I think this is for last week. So never mind. I don't know. I don't know what it looks like right now. Yeah, this was last week's injury report. So I don't know. But Ben Bartch probably is going to be out if he did not practice all week this week. Nick Bosa for sure will play. Isaac Guerrero for sure will play. Trent Williams will probably not play. So we don't know yet. We're probably not going to know until, let me type in 16. Yeah, there's no injury report out yet for the 49ers, so we don't know yet. All the Fire College should want Brock to get paid because if he's good, if he's as bad as they think he is, then he will get Kyle fired. Exactly. If you can't have it both ways, man. You can't have it both ways. If he's performing the way he's performing, and you think Kyle is this guy, it doesn't make any sense, dude. You can't have it. Just can't have it both ways, dude. I mean, who's injured 49ers? I think right now it's just the big one is Ben Bartch, the backup left guard, and Trent Williams with an ankle. I think that's it. And then Hargrave, obviously, out for the rest of the season. Just excluding players out for the rest of the season. Might be a short list to say who isn't injured. Yeah, I would say right now we're in. Wolfie, cook it. That's not. Hey, man, I got a lot of seasoning. I put seasoning on my food. I put some seasoning in my fried chicken. That's what I do. Mahomes is not throwing it down the field this year. No, he's not. No, he's not. But the thing I have to say about Patrick Mahomes, even when he's not playing like a top 10 quarterback, what makes him the best quarterback is that, yeah, he has the best head coach in the league, 110%. But he makes the plays that he has to. 110%. He could throw 3-4 interceptions a game, but he will make the plays that he has to, and he's elite. To me, he's a top 3, top 2 quarterback all time. He's just got that factor. And quarterbacks like that just don't fall out of trees, man. I think he's the only one in the league who can do that. As a Raiders fan, you should pay him. Hey, what's up, Phoenix? Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I don't know if that's because you don't believe in him and you think the 49ers should pay him, or you actually think they should pay him because it'd be better for the team. I don't know. It depends on how you're approaching it. I don't know if you're a hater or if you're like being like, okay, I think you should pay him. I think you should pay him as a 49ers fan. We'll talk about how much. We'll actually talk about how much he's supposed to get paid, because I'm hearing different kind of numbers. What I'm hearing is, so I heard that he's going to get paid $60 million, but that is from like Grant Cohn and a couple other people that are saying $60 million, and yet they don't believe in him. So there's the hate factor there. So take away that. But there's also Papa J. What's his name? Greg Papa. He says that Brock Purdy probably won't get paid more than $50 million a year. That is insane. That is insane. I'll love it. Don't get me wrong. I will take that in a heartbeat. But everyone who's been a part of my lives knows exactly what I'm saying when I say this. If Brock Purdy gets paid less than $50 million, everyone in the world is going to say, see, I told you, Brock Purdy doesn't even think he's that good. Doesn't even think he's a top 5 quarterback, deserves the money. See, even he doesn't think he's better than Trevor Lawrence. That's going to happen. No matter what Brock Purdy does, no matter what Brock Purdy gets paid, there's going to be a negative narrative out there that everyone's going to spit out. It's going to happen, whether you like it or not. And to be honest with you, fuck those guys. I'm going to look on the bright side. You're just jealous because our quarterback decided to take a pay cut. Our quarterback, who could have get 60, down to brass tacks. Even what you think of, whatever you think of Brock Purdy, whatever you think of him, that man is going to get paid $60+ million if he really wanted it. It's going to happen. If he takes anything less than that, it's because of him. And you're just fucking jealous because your quarterback's greedy as shit. And ours decided to be like, hey, guess what? I know that it's a team sport and not just a one-man sport. You're just fucking jealous. That's how I look at it. Haters going to hate. Lovers going to love. I don't even want none of the above. I just want to. I'll stop right there. But Dave Chappelle fans know what I'm talking about. All right. Kent and I receivers have to slow down and wait for Purdy's ball instead of hitting them in stride for a TD. Yeah, he didn't have that. I'll definitely say that usually Brock Purdy's pretty good at I think he's pretty good at hitting players in stride, etc. But this previous game, a lot of people want to use that game as an indictment on him. He's allowed to have a bad game. I do think that people are like saying, oh, see, he can't throw a deep ball. I can show you multiple games. I can literally show you stats and facts to why that's false. But you're allowed to have a game where you're off. You're allowed to have a game where you're just not throwing the ball right, especially to Pearsall, who was open on the post, and he underthrew it. You're allowed to have those kind of games. Patrick Mahomes had those games. Josh Allen has those games. The greatest of quarterbacks have had those games. And then in that game, he had that. Matthew Stafford had that game. Matthew Stafford wasn't playing good either. So I guess Matthew Stafford can't throw a deep ball either. I guess Matthew Stafford can't throw a ball. Well, I guess he did that play on the post. But outside of that, then you got whatever you think of Brock Purdy in that game against the Rams, you were saying about Matthew Stafford. Because he fucking sucked in that game too. His deep ball has been off this year. It has, but it wasn't last year. Purdy elevated Kyle's poor play calling by running the ball last season. I disagree. A catch is a catch. What up, Phoenix Filthy? What up? The one thing I know is Brock will watch the film, come up with what he needs to work on, and will spend the offseason trying to get better. Dude's competitive as hell. No one can deny that. 110%. I agree with that too. Another cool thing about Brock is he doesn't waver. A lot of people want to look at Brock Purdy and be like, he keeps saying the same thing in press conferences. It's my fault, blah, blah, blah. That's what you want a quarterback to say. I don't give a fuck if he says that for every single loss for the next 20 years. I never want to hear my quarterback blame someone else. Never, especially if they're getting paid the most money on the team to be a leader. I never want to fucking hear it. I do not give a fuck if he says it's my fault. I don't care if it's a script that he's memorized. As long as he doesn't blame everyone else, and he focuses on himself, that's all that matters. Are the 49ers healthy for the 49ers-Dolphins game? I think so, actually. I would say I think they're doing pretty good. I think they're actually pretty good for the Dolphins. I'm not saying the 49ers are going to playoffs because I'm going to be consistent with my roadmap. My roadmap, we had to beat the Rams and we had to beat the Bears, which we beat the Bears, obviously, but we had to beat the Rams. So I'm going to be very consistent with my roadmap. But if you wanted to be an optimistic 49ers fan right now, there is technically, in my opinion, a bigger window open than just 0.1%. Because the Lions are falling apart, the seams on defense, and now they're losing their knuckles running back, right? So they're having some issues right now. So we might actually be able to win that game. And the Dolphins are kind of falling apart themselves. Those two games are very winnable. I'm not saying we're going to playoffs because I'm standing to my, but if you wanted to be an optimistic 49ers fan, okay, Seattle has Geno Smith is hurt. They're going to force him out there against the Vikings. And the Vikings have a good D-line. Grenard's playing out of his mind. And I'm not saying I wish it upon Geno Smith to get hurt, but if he's already hurt now trying to push through it, most likely if he takes another sack, something's going to happen to him. There is technically a window there. A lot more bigger window than people give credit for. But I'm sticking to the roadmap and saying the season's over. Preach, Wolfies, it's Papa J. Go 49ers. Hope a lot of wins the next few games. I hope so too. I want the 49ers to give it them all. After Devondre Campbell decided to quit in the middle of the game, and after what George Kittle said, Bosa said, Amador Lenore, all leaders of this team said what they said, like, hey, we're going to find out what this team's about for the next two games. I'm going to give my 110% no matter what, etc. This team cannot quit now. Because if they quit, and if they go out there and tank, it's going to become a huge narrative on Kyle Shanahan that he's lost the locker room. That this culture is over, that this team quit, this team has no fight in them. A huge narrative is going to be spit all over us. Okay? And we're going to be wet all over our face if this team does not fight. They now have no choice but to go out there and give it their all. They don't have a choice. Oh, shit, I almost banned somebody. My bad. I was trying to click on the comment and not get come out. Hey, Papa J, show some love to Steve-O. Brock's contract will be interesting. I hope he gets a nice bag. He has earned it. It's not just about a rocket arm. There are only a few QBs that actually have that. Yeah, I think we've been spoiled with elite QBs having rocket arms, just being good. Josh Allen, I was very critical on Josh Allen for the past few years. Like, he just is a turnover machine. He's got a rocket arm. He can make plays. But, like, last year, the previous years, he just couldn't make the plays. Like that one, I think it was a playoff game, it was a regular season game, I don't remember what it was. But he missed Gabe Davis wide open in the end zone against the Eagles, I think it was. Would have won the game. Completely missed him. Right? So the last few years, I was very harsh on Josh Allen. This year, man, something else. Absolutely incredible Josh Allen to do what he does. I think we're just spoiled with these rocket arm quarterbacks being good now. You don't need to have a rocket arm. You can have a noodle arm and be a good quarterback. You can have a noodle arm and be elite. You can literally have a noodle arm and be considered one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. If you put Darnold on a team like the Vikings, won't win a lot of games. Yeah, I don't think he can do it. Like, literally the weak link of the Vikings is Sam Darnold and their left tackle situation right now. That's about it. Too much ayahuasca, says Scott. Scott Lacoste in the house. 110%, man. It's probably why he's not going to beat the Jets. Who are the Jets playing? I think the Jets are playing the Rams, aren't they? Let me check. I think they're playing the Rams. They are playing the Rams. So, fingers crossed. Scott, all right, show some love. I'll take Riverboat Ron as defensive coordinator. Hey, he's actually a good defensive coordinator. Hey, Steve-O, with the nuts. For someone who says a troll, you actually had a good idea. I like Ron Rivera. I actually don't think he's that bad. I really don't think he's that bad. Same thing with Dan Quinn. I don't think Dan Quinn was ever that bad. He just has that stigma when he lost 28-3, so everyone looked at him as bad. But he still went to the Super Bowl. He still had a great team, still performed. I like Dan Quinn, just like I like Ron Rivera too. I think he's got potential, especially as a defensive coordinator. I hope Sammy has success with the playoffs. Niners fans should root for him and wish him well. Geno Baker also get a second chance. I do want the Vikings. So the teams that want to win the Super Bowl are the Vikings and are the Lions. But those teams are the two most cursed teams in the entire NFL almost, you could argue. The Vikings have, if I last time I checked, have the 5th or 4th most wins in NFL history. It's up there. And they have 0 Super Bowls. 4 Super Bowl appearances, but 0 Super Bowls. Wild. They have the worst luck. Up there with the Bills, losing 4 straight. I can't imagine losing 4 straight Super Bowls. And I mean in a row, not like we're right now we're losing 3. We're losing 3 right now. Dallas Cowboys, by the way, if Dallas Cowboys fans gives you shit about losing 3 Super Bowls in a row, motherfucker, the Cowboys did the same thing. So they can shut the fuck up too. Just wanted you guys to know that. That's a stat for you. If they start talking shit, tell them they did the same thing. It's the same. Anyway, Vikings lost 4 Super Bowls. I think it was 4 or 3. Was it 4? I could be wrong. I don't remember the count. But they've lost Super Bowls. They've come close. They're one of the most cursed teams in the NFL. They deserve a Super Bowl at this point, right? The Bills, I think they deserve a Super Bowl at this point. Well earned. I'd be happy about that. The Lions, my God, do they finally look elite, and then everything falls apart for them at the wrong fucking time. That franchise is cursed. That franchise is insanely cursed, and you could argue more cursed than the Browns. Only been to 2 conference championships in 50 years. It's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad. All right. But if the Vikings go to the Super Bowl and they win it, you guys need to prepare yourself for the stupid ass argument. Oh, see, Brock Purdy is not better than Sam. It's just going to happen. I wish him the best. I want the Vikings to win, but I'm not looking forward to the stupid ass argument that people are going to have that Sam Darnold is better than Brock Purdy. Even though fucking football is a team ass sport. I mean, I can't think of the plumber. There's been multiple backup quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls. Football is a team fucking sport. Team sport. God, it's just wild, dude. In a mock draft, someone had the 49ers draft offensive tackle Texas in the 1st round and the Ohio State QB in the 5th round. I'll take it. I don't think the 49ers should. I think the 49ers should still draft quarterbacks in day 3. The Patriots did it. They constantly, because you need a backup quarterback, especially one you can groom that has potential to be good, right? I still think the 49ers, I like that approach. I like picking up a quarterback in the 6th, 7th round, just in case Brock Purdy gets hurt. You got somebody that you groomed from the bottom to the top, just in case. I like that because I don't like picking up Brandon Allen's. I don't like picking up Joshua Dobbs's. I like picking up players in the draft that you groom yourself, who know just your system, whose confidence hasn't been torn apart throughout the years. I like that. Tanner Mordecai, someone made the argument during Larry Krueger's live that Tanner Mordecai should get some reps. I 110% agree. I think that if the 49ers lose another game and the 49ers consider benching Brock Purdy at any level, if Brock Purdy gets hurt, whatever it may be, where Brock Purdy ends up on the bench for the rest of this year, put in Tanner Mordecai. What's the worst that's going to happen? We can see what he is. Not to mention, we'll see the biggest smile on Larry Krueger's face. All right, we'll make a content creator's day, entire weeks if he plays good, and we get to see what we have in this undrafted rookie. So, I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, he's had plenty of opportunities to learn the system. He's been part of the system for like 15 weeks. Brock Purdy took 13 weeks to know the system, and he was elite from there on in. Then he got that PCL injury, lost the NFC Championship because of it. Probably would have went to the Super Bowl and beat the Eagles, but I digress. I think he's learned a lot, and I think it's time to go out there and see what he's got. He can't be that much worse than Dobbs and Brandon Allen at this point. Started the season, sure. He needed to learn the system, needed to learn everything, the playbook, etc. But 15 weeks in, it's about time to see what we got in Tanner Mordecai. About time. In a mock draft, I'm all for drafting offensive linemen in the first round. That needs to happen under 10%. Trade up for one, whatever you got to do, it's got to happen. Even I'm sorry about what Trent Williams' situation. Rest in peace. His twins, it's sad. But even before then, he wasn't as good and he was declining. We need another tackle. We need a new tackle. The 49ers need to go into this offseason 110% and focusing on the trenches. And I can't believe I'm saying that because except for this year and the year before that, it's been nothing but trenches drafts, right? So the 49ers need to address the trenches. They need to get an offensive tackle, at least one, for fuck's sakes, in the top 3 draft picks. Get one tackle in there somewhere that you could see starting. You obviously got it in Purdy. You could probably do it again. The 49ers are really good in drafting. They're just terrible in the first round. Go out there and get yourself an offensive tackle that you think can start. Go out there and get yourself a center that you think can start. Go out there and get yourself a pass rusher that you think can start. And then go out there and get yourself a D-tackle. 4 very important positions that I want to see addressed this offseason. Lombardi said Bosa, Greenlaw, and Huff are playing. Hey, let's go. That's what I like to see. Greenlaw, I'd fucking love Greenlaw. I hope we keep Greenlaw. Dude, I hope we somehow be able to keep Greenlaw. Salt and pepper don't count, Wolfie. Just kidding. I'll be rooting for him and the Vikings. Yeah, I'm rooting for it too. I'll be supporting my daughter Nikita Thibodeau team, the Eagles, in the playoffs. Ooh, hey, it's your daughter, man. I understand. I see where you're coming from. But I don't want them winning. I don't want them winning. 49ers, good show. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, Val. Appreciate it. Nikita's good. Nikita's is good peeps. I'm not going to hate on Nikita. I wish Brock would do the Brady thing and take less money than I know, dude. If he takes less than $50 million, he took a pay cut. If he took less than $50 million, the man decided to take a pay cut. All right, and we should all love Brock Purdy. Just give him a big old hug. Okay? Give him a good telepathic hug. All right? If Brock Purdy ends up taking a pay cut less than $50 million, every single fan needs to be chanting that motherfucking dude's name. If Brock Purdy takes less than $50 million, dude, I'm going to make a short just yelling, yeah, my quarterback's not a greedy motherfucker. I'm just going to like really go into it, dude. 49ers sports in the house. I'm really going to get into it, man. The 49ers should shut down Trent Williams and Debo. The 49ers season is basically over, so they shut down Salvador Asaria. Welcome. I do agree. Debo, you got to put him out there still. It's going to happen. Trent Williams, I can understand that. Ankle injury. He's going to be here next year with that restructured contract. That, considering his age, probably he's going to be 37 next year. Starting for this team, you don't want to make that ankle worse. As much as I hate Jalen Moore, and I want to see players fight. If Trent Williams is not 100%, do not put that fucker out there. Don't do it. Because he's got to be on this team next year. Unless he retires. Sorry. Brock is humble enough to take $20 million a year, but his agent isn't. He's probably being humble, being like, my agent takes care of that. My agent takes care of that. He's the one that's greedy. We'll see. He needs Kirk Cousins' agent $400 million for one playoff win. Whoever has Kirk Cousins' agent is probably gonna get paid a lot of money. A good one for sure. Lions running back Montgomery's out for the year. I know that's so sad, dude. That is so sad. Let's see how that run game performs now, because Gibbs is great, right? I love Gibbs. I think he's a really good running back. But when you needed a hard-nosed powerhouse run, when you needed that one first down, Montgomery was money. You could almost count on it. He would either find the hole that he needs or he would make one. Montgomery is that guy. And now you don't have that guy anymore. We're going to see just how good Ben Johnson is without Knuckles. They still have weapons out there. They still have St. Brown, obviously. I don't remember who the tight end is. They still have a decent tight end, and their running back, Gibbs, is still good. I'm not saying, and they still have a great offensive line, probably one of the best in the league, right? But in those moments where you needed that first down and you had Montgomery, you're not going to have those anymore. So we're going to see just how good Ben Johnson is to that extent. Stafford looked awful in the rain. He did look bad. Whatever you say about Brock Purdy in that game, you got to say about Matthew Stafford. Damn, that sucks. Brady could take less money because his ex-wife made bank in the Super Bowl. She made like you can take less money and not have a Super Bowl, not have a supermodel wife. You can look at yourself and be like, you know what, $20 million is enough, because realistically, it's enough. It's enough. Some people were like, oh, Brady had this supermodel so he could do it. Like, when you look at Brady, do you think that he's still the highest paid quarterback because he had a supermodel wife? Like, Brady could still have that supermodel wife making a shit ton of money and demand a market. I never understood that argument. I'm not trying to come at you, Karen, but I never understood that, because he could still ask for that kind of money. And $20 million is still a shit ton of cash. That's still a lot of money. That's enough to live off of. And Brock Purdy doesn't seem like the type of guy who's like, I'm going to buy a gigantic mesh. And we could be wrong. Money changes people. Money can make you, if someone presents you a shit ton of money, you can, everything that you said about it being a team sport, that no quarterback can do it on its own, can go right out the window the moment they offer you $60 million. You could do that. It happens. But for Tom Brady, it didn't. Tom Brady knew it was a team sport. Tom Brady knew he couldn't do it by himself. And that is part of his talent. That is a trait that he has. That man was obsessed with winning. That man just wanted to win Super Bowls after Super Bowls after Super Bowls. And he made enough money to be fine. He had sponsorships that practically equaled his market. So if Brock Purdy is this guy who takes pay cuts, especially with his with sponsors and etc., he's fine. Realistically, he is fine. He has enough money. $20 million is enough for anyone on the fucking planet. So having a supermodel wife doesn't change what Tom Brady did, because he could have still asked for market value. He could ask for more money. Besides the Niners, I want Houston to win the Super Bowl. I hate Texas, though, dude. I'm not a Texas guy, man. I'm very anti-Texas, but God, it's so hard for me to root for Houston, and at the same time, D'Amico Ryans. Like, if D'Amico Ryans wins the Super Bowl, I'll be super happy for him, man. That's awesome. I'd be happy for him, but my God, I don't like Houston. My God. Dude, what's your language? Thank you, self-control. My language is English. Habla inglés. I lost CMC, Chubbs, and Montgomery. Oh, shit. Oh, that's a bummer, dude. That is a total bum. That's bum sticks. I would take Brady as offensive coordinator in New York in a minute. I would too, but he's way too focused on trying to be the best announcer, which is not going to fucking happen. He's not that good. I'm sorry. I mean, I do like Brady. I like Brady a lot, but I try to like him as an announcer, but he's just awkward, dude. He stares. I shit you not, man. I can't tell you how many times we come back from break and that dude's like, yeah, man, that's what I think. It's just like fucking awkward, dude. It's just so awkward. It's awkward. Maybe in the future he'll get better. Not going to take that away from him. But as of right now, that dude is like the fifth or whatever the bottom is of announcers right now. He's that guy. He has a lot to work on. A lot. And he's making a lot of money, guaranteed money, to where he has plenty of time to work on that. What should the 49ers do this offseason? I'm glad you asked. Let me try and say it real quick. Let me try to break it down real fast. If they can, get out of Debo's contract and trade him if you can. If you can't trade him, cut him. This is what I would do. This is not necessarily what I think is going to happen. This is what I do. Debo needs to go. Leonard Floyd needs to get cut. You save a lot of money that way. Hargrave needs to go. You need to cut him as well. Then in the draft, you need to draft in the free agency. You need to get yourself the trenches. Focus solely on trenches because you're covered at linebacker. You're covered at corner. You're covered at safety. You're covered at running back with CMC coming back, probably healthier than ever. Mason and Garendo, because Mason's going to be a restricted free agent. So that means most likely he's going to come back because no one's going to want to give up a high draft pick for the guy. He's probably going to demand $10 million. He deserves it. He earns it. But he's probably going to end up coming back. And then you got Isaac Garendo, who's looking like a stud, who looks like he's got a clutch trait, right? Isaac Garendo's looking like a stud. So and then wide receiver wise, you got Pearsall, you got Cowling, and then you got Ayuk, who I'm looking forward to, who I'm paying, right, to be that wide receiver still. And that last year was just a fluke because he held out, right? And it was just awkward from there. And even he knew it was awkward, Brandon Ayuk. So hopefully next year, new things happen. You got 3 wide receivers to work with. You got running backs to work with. You got Brock Purdy. Offensive line is the biggest thing. You could almost count a backup tight end as the trenches as well because Kittle is getting older. So I would focus on tackle, center, backup tight end, D end, and D tackle. Those are my biggest things. Outside of that, getting a third corner to play slot or outside corner probably be neat because Ward is probably going to go as well. So I'd probably do that. Linebacker, try to keep Greenlaw the best. If I could try to keep Greenlaw, I would. If he's asking for top dollar, obviously I can't keep him, but I would try to keep Greenlaw. And if I can't keep Greenlaw, that linebacker spot would be like wouldn't be my top need, not even top 5 need at that point still, because I still have Bethune who I'm working with and D Winters, who's an experiment as well. Draft a linebacker in the 5th or 6th round, try to find another Greenlaw, maybe not the same, but close to that, and then focus on the safeties. So, and then you're good on safety because if you can keep Hufanga, that's great. But if Hufanga is asking for top dollar, he's not coming back because Malik Mustafa is the future. Jair Brown just went through a sophomore slump who had a stellar rookie year. So we're good on safety, good on corner, good on linebacker, good on running back, good on wide receiver, and good on quarterback. The only fucking need you have is the trenches. Oh, and kicker. I'm not cutting Moody. I'm bringing in another kicker to compete with him. That's what I'm doing. I'm bringing a bunch of kickers in to compete with Moody because that needs to happen. Oh, I almost completely forgot. Firing that special teams head coach immediately. That is my first course of action. Firing that I can't think of his name, Brian something. He's got to go. Number 1. He's gone. Like, the moment I can do that, the moment the season's over, he's done. Fired. And I'm finding a new special teams coach. So, finding a new special teams coach, probably keep Nick Sorensen if I can't get Robert Saleh or some other protege out there that looks like he could be better than Nick Sorensen and just from the jump be better, which I can't think of one being out there. The only one I can think of is Robert Saleh being out there. So if I can't get Robert Saleh, bring back Nick Sorensen, keep Kyle Shanahan. So that's pretty much what I would do this offseason. Focus on the trenches, get rid of the weight that's holding this team back in Debo, Hargrave, and there's another guy I said. Leonard Floyd. Those are my 3 guys I'm getting rid of immediately. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I would do this offseason. However, I expect the 49ers to do the complete opposite. You got bad luck. I got to join your fantasy football league. Eagles versus Texans, a great Super Bowl. I like to see Papa J. I wouldn't mind seeing the Texans win. Texans win against beating the Eagles. That'd be great. I don't mind. I used to like the Eagles, but this is not. I'm not saying this is who your daughter is. Total respect her. She respects me in the channel, so this is not me like directing her. But I don't think Eagles fans handled the Super Bowl victory well, because I think when they won the Super Bowl, they became extremely obnoxious. Because before the Super Bowl, I was rooting for them. I was like, they're underdogs. Got Nick Foles out there. They're going against Tom Brady in the Empire. I like Jason Kelsey a lot. The offensive line with the dog helmets thing. I loved the whole narrative. I loved it. But when they won a Super Bowl, that fan base just couldn't. They literally ate dog shit when they won not dog shit, but horse shit. They can't handle it. They have Mordecai. Larry loves him. I'm not sure why. He's just got to think, like, once he falls in love with the guy, Larry's the type of guy where if he thinks a quarterback's a Hall of Famer, even if he's washed, we need to get him. He literally thinks the 49ers should go out and get Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is not that good. Is he better than the Broncos? Is he playing better than he did against when he was in the Broncos? Sure. But Mike Tomlin made fucking Mason Rudolph win games. Who's the other guy? Mitch Trubisky win games. Right? It's just that's a product of Mike Tomlin knowing how to use Russell Wilson. He's done, man. Yes, you want to say Russell Wilson's a Hall of Famer? Sure. And is he playing better than he was with the Broncos? Sure he is. But I think that's more of a credit to Mike Tomlin than it is to Russell Wilson. So I think picking up Russell Wilson's great. Oh, and don't get me. Oh my God, I want to throw my remote at the TV when he says that Brock Purdy is Russell Wilson. This Russell Wilson. Larry Krueger thinks this Russell Wilson we have right now is the Brock Purdy we have right now. I've never wanted to punch my laptop more. Oh my God, dude. Oh, it kills me. It kills me every time. You're welcome. Join us free. Mordecai could ball out and start the QB controversy. He could. Like, that's another thing too, is like he's going to play. People think that the rest of these games are just, useless games, and you might as well rest people and play starters. So if Mordecai performs, he's going to be this quarterback. No, but it will be a controversy if he does go out there and perform and plays good. There will be a controversy, but like you going out there in useless games where no one really has tape on Mordecai. I'm not saying he can't be good or it just be a good backup, but that's what good backup does. If you have no tape on that backup, comes out there and does things you haven't seen before, most likely or not, that quarterback's going to make plays. It's a guys versus girls league in my ESPN league. Oh shit. Good luck, my man. Good luck. What language? My friend, I said, what your language? What is your language, dude? Tell me right now, dude. Oh my God. Start Mordecai and cut Brock, even though Mordecai has to play a snap in the NFL. He's clearly better because he doesn't know anything to piss me off yet. I love that, Strawberry. That's a great response. I love that. Too busy this season, but would love to join next season, though. Yeah, next season I might get into fantasy football. We'll see how it goes. It's been years. It's so much fun. Whatever happens, I hope Purdy doesn't hold out of training camp for more money. No, they're gonna get that done as soon as possible. From what I hear, they're gonna. I don't see that happening. Just based on the vibe and the conversation, etc. It sounds like they're gonna get it done as soon as possible. Probably the moment when the playoffs start, because that's when they can sign him. The moment the playoffs start and the 49ers are not in the playoffs, the 49ers can sign him to a contract. So, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to get a contract during the playoffs. How can you contact me so I can email you the link? Oh shit, we're hooking up. We're making friends. Hey, see, that's what we do here, man. We make friends, man. Should Brock make less than Ayuk? No. If he wanted to, sure, but no. Brock is very humble. Someone asked him if he and his wife bought a California house. He said they were renting. Oh, Brock gets a Dak contract. Good for him. He deserves it, in my opinion. A lot of 49ers fans disagree with me. But I think he deserves whatever Dak's getting paid. He deserves that. He deserves getting paid more than Trevor Lawrence. He deserves that money. And if he gets anything less than that, that's a pay cut to me. Anything. And I do agree that Brock does seem like the type of guy to, and I don't know him actually, so I can't say for sure this is, but out of all the quarterbacks in the NFL today, he's probably the one, like I can't think of another quarterback that would take a pay cut. And this is all wishful thinking, of course. And I don't know him personally, but just if I was a gambling man and there's 32 starting quarterbacks out there that are demanding top dollar, Brock Purdy would be the one out of all 32 quarterbacks to say, hey, I'll take a pay cut. He's just that guy. I'm confident in that. But does that mean he's going to? No. Jesse Naylor says if Brock takes less, it's because he's not worth it, and he will brag about it on social media because he called it. I called it because that's what I said that they would do. I knew that that's what they would do, man, because they have to be consistent in they can't just be like, that's a great thing of Brock, even though he could have took more money. It's always going to be the cycle, man. It's always going to be the cycle. I know Jesse Naylor is a huge Brock Purdy doubter, huge Brock Purdy hater. Much rather have Trey Lance than Brock Purdy. I'm aware of his hate. I'm aware of the situation. I'm very aware of his picky, choosy stats. I'm very aware. But do I think that he's as bad as that other creator that shall not be named? No, he's not. Right? Like he defends him, sure, but Jesse Naylor, from what I could tell, is actually a good guy. And I wouldn't tell you that he's a terrible creator and he's a grifter and stuff. I think he actually truly believes these things. I think he actually believes that Brock Purdy is not that guy. I don't take him as a content creator that's trying to purposely go after the negative or try to pursue the negative. Because I've seen him be positive before. I've seen him say good things before. I've seen him be good. I've seen him be consistent in good things. He's actually generally a good guy, though I just disagree with him entirely on his Brock Purdy takes. I do think that he is picky choosy on some things, such as to back up the stats with Brock Purdy. And if I was someone who doubted Brock Purdy and I needed to defend myself, I would use this season to try to defend myself. But that's just how it works. When someone disagrees with you on something, someone wants to be consistent in their take, they're going to take whatever they can. It's really what can you bring to the table? Because, like, for example, if we were to debate, right, it's not me trying to convince him, because I'm not going to convince him, and he's not going to convince me, right? The point is, I bring what I have to bring to the table. He brings what he has to bring to the table, and it's up to you as a viewer to decide for yourself who is right. It's up to you as a viewer. I'm trying to convince the viewers, not him. He brings the war. I bring my war, and it's up to you to decide who won that war. That's what it is. So when I talk about Brock Purdy and stuff like that, I'm not trying to convince that content creator's wrong. I'm not saying that content creator's bad. Or like, no, I'm trying to bring an argument to the table that some people, because right now it's very hard to find a positive argument for the 49ers. And I feel like I bring a realistic view of the 49ers. I feel like sometimes am I emotional? Sure. But sometimes I like to stop and think and be like, okay, is this logical? Is this consistent? That's my big thing. Like, what's consistent? And I try to bring what's consistent and what's been a one-time thing. And my job is to bring that to you, and then you decide for yourself. That's what I feel like I do when I talk about these streams. And not to mention, sometimes you guys convince me of things. You guys, like Strawberry Reacts, has convinced me a few things already. Papa Jay's convinced me a few things already. It's a conversation, right? And to have a collective opinion, you need to have somebody to disagree with you and agree with you and have a good conversation. Because that's what a good conversation is. You get a collective opinion and you build it. So I actually don't mind Jesse Taylor, but I just disagree with him on Brock Purdy. Brady also part owner of the Raiders, so he can't do much. Yeah, that's true. That's true. From what I can't remember that Brady actually Brady trained Shadur Sanders, I believe, a couple off seasons, I think, if I remember correctly. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders draft Shadur Sanders. I would not be surprised, like at all, especially the way Shadur talks about the Raiders, you know? So if I was a betting man, Steve-O, look out. I would bet Shadur Sanders goes to the Raiders if he's available. Whatever pick they have, Shadur Sanders is going to the Raiders. And if it's not the Raiders, probably going to go to the Giants, one of the two. But I would definitely put it on I would definitely put my money on Shadur going to the Raiders. Grant, Jesse, Ryan, they're all Brock. I know they love Trey Lance. They love Trey Lance. So Karen and stats, 110%. Floyd has actually been solid recently. Yeah, I know, but like, why didn't you do this shit in the beginning, dog? Where were you? Texans aren't making the Super Bowl. We'll see. I mean, they got holes. They're not playing. It's almost as if DeMeco Ryans and CJ Stroud are having their sophomore slump together, almost. I can only take so much of Larry. I mean, I know it seems like I'm talking shit about him. No, I do. Like, as of late, you know, I got a little emotional, and I didn't like how he flip-flops, but it sounds like he's flip-flopping back to his original takes, which is nice because I want him to do that because that's where he was, and that's what he believed in. And someone told me, I can't remember who told me this, but they said that Larry was just trying to push the narrative so that Brock would take less money. That could be true. So, yeah. I just don't mind him. Like, he does flip-flop sometimes, but it's like a soft flop, if that makes sense. It's not like a hardcore, like, where the fuck did this come from kind of flip-flop, you know, if that makes sense. I'm looking forward to it. Larry has changed. He used to support Brock and Kyle. Now he's, as of late, he's been very supportive. I've watched some of his videos. He's been very supportive of Brock and Kyle as of late. Can Brock Purdy make the same throws as Sam Darnold made on Monday night? Answer is clear. No, false. Brock Purdy can clearly make those plays. He's done it before. He did it last year. So, I strongly disagree. John in the house, though. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I disagree. Brock can make those throws. He's proven that he can make those throws. He has made those throws. I mean, he didn't even need Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison to make those plays. Brock Purdy has first and deep passes last year, 20, 40 yards plus, first and first down percentages, man. He threw it deep consistently all the time, bro. He was that good. I strongly disagree with that assessment. Brock can make those throws times 10. Larry has gone off the plot recently. I can really stand so much. Watch Brad, Graham, and Wolfie right now and got woo! Woo! I like Brad, man. Brad gets some shit for talking slow for some reason. I'll never forget. If you guys go back and watch a video Brad had, I was in his comment section. Someone pointed out that Brad sometimes talks like slow, I should say. And I laughed. I was like, oh, now you pointed out. He does kind of take forever to get to the point. And then Brad made a video about it later on being like, hey, man, all right, I know that. And it's like, dude, you have just about 130,000 subscribers. It's not that deep. No one really cares that you talk like that. Clearly, you are the biggest San Francisco channel out there. I think bigger than 49ers by Chat Sports. He should not change a damn thing. People want to criticize him, whatever, but he's on top. He's doing everything right. Clearly. You know, he's very consistent in his work. Brad needs to not have to justify a damn thing to anybody. He's clearly doing it better than most, if not all. So props to Brad. Shout out to Brad. But I just thought that was kind of funny because I did notice that when someone pointed out in the comment section. I was like, he does do that. How was your day, everybody? Hey, we're showing some love. He had historically high deep pass accuracy last year. And it's not like he's bottom of the league. I know, top 10. He is literally a top 7, the very worst, last time I checked, deep ball passer. And that is with a quarterback that is with wide receivers who fucking suck. That is with wide receivers who do not have any separation, who are last in separation. You are expecting Brock way too much from the quarterback position. And to put up top 7 numbers, which is probably top 10 now at this point, is insane. So it's just too much. It's too much. it's okay to have different opinions, but the other content creators are mean. I like David, Brad, Guy. They don't have the meanness the others have to. Yeah, some people, some content creators target other content creators in a very egregious and aggressive and mean way. And again, I don't want to say Voldemort's name here, but he's done that multiple times, and he's done that to Brad. He's done that to Brad. And Brad, in my opinion, is a national treasure to the 49ers fan base. You don't talk shit about Brad, okay? You cross the line there, right? And some content creators just create this beef and stuff. I know sometimes I talk shit a little bit, but I'm not talking shit about Jesse, even though I disagree with him. I'm not telling you don't go listen to him. Don't go watch his content. I'm not going to tell you that. Just because he disagrees with me on some shit, I'm not going to tell you that. You know, you're not everyone's going to like my content. I've said this before, and I'm not trying to make this stream about content creators, but not everyone's going to like everybody. That's just a fact. I've already had people in my comments saying I'm shit. I've had someone literally tell me I'm shit. I've had literal cultists of other content creators invade my comment section and talk shit about me. I've had it happen. But not everyone is like that. Not everyone's like, hey, go out there and don't listen to this guy. Don't do this. Don't do that. Because at that point, you're trying to control the narrative. You're trying to control the media. You're trying to control what people would say free speech. You're trying to control it. How about you just make better content than that person? How about you just be a better person? I would never in a million years ask you guys, no matter what the fuck another person says about the 49ers, I would never ask you guys to go out there and fucking invade their comment section and bully people. I would never do that. Because we're just talking about football. We're just talking about a hobby. We're just talking about something that we love. That is it. And when you love something, emotions, like logic, different opinions occur. Right? So I will never, and if you guys do that on my behalf, don't. Please don't. Because that's not what I stand for. Content creators should be held to a higher standard. They are influencers. You get involved with influencers. You become attached to them. You look forward to their content. So when they tell you something, you listen to them. You take what they say to heart. So when you tell your fan base, go do this, don't listen to this guy, they're going to take that to heart. You are held to a higher standard when you have a content creator and you have a following. That is a fact. So that's all I got to say about that. That's all I got to say about that. He has short deep passes. It's okay. Brad is good. Brad is good. He's great, man. He's a great guy. Truly. Great guy. Great guy. Agree, Karen. You can represent your argument without being a douche, 100%. He's a national treasure. That is such a good way to put it. He is, man. I don't think I've only met one content creator, not met, but saw one content creator talk shit about him. Only one. And he doesn't deserve that, man. Like he goes out there, he gives you consistent news. It is almost damn near impossible to beat that guy's news, dude. If you want up-to-date news that's even faster than Lombardi, Grant Cohn, fucking Larry Krueger, if you want fastest shit news from the 49ers, go to fucking Brad Graham. It is damn near impossible to beat him. Damn near impossible. I'm telling you. Strawberry, they don't have to like Brock, but they are vicious, saying Brock will never win a Super Bowl. How do you know that? Content creators be better and have some respect. Exactly. You don't know this. You can't proclaim something, especially when you've seen, even if you think Brock is a product of Kyle Shanahan and Kyle Shanahan has been to a Super Bowl and you've seen backup quarterbacks win a Super Bowl, you factually, not even an opinion. This is not even this is a fact. I'm proclaiming this. You factually cannot say that Brock cannot win a Super Bowl. You factually cannot do that. Especially considering he's been to one. Especially considering you've seen shit quarterbacks go to a Super Bowl and win one. You factually cannot say that. You could say he's never won a Super Bowl. You could say 10 years from now, if he doesn't win one, he's never won one. Then you could say that. You cannot say he's not a Hall of Famer. You cannot say he will never win a Super Bowl. You could say, in my opinion, I believe he never will. But when you tell people he can't do this, when literally people less than him have done it, is bullshit. So I don't understand it. I really like Brad. He's very kind. He is kind, man. He just does his best, man. He tries to stay out of the way. He gets in no problems. For the past 30 minutes, we've been talking about content creators, which I guess is a conversation to have, but he tries to stay in the middle. He tries to be Switzerland. He just wants to make content. He's doing what he loves, and you could see it. He does everything in his power to stay the fuck out of it and being like, here's the 49ers news. Here's my opinion. Love you guys. That's what I get from the dude. He seems very humble. He seems very appreciative of the situation. You see it every single time he makes content. I'm a huge fan of Brad. He deserves every single follower he has. So, all right. That is everything. We talked about Brock Purdy being flipped for Sam Darnold. Ridiculous. Emo Bosa, which I thought was fucking funny. Let me bring it up one more time. Hold on. Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again. I love that photo, dude, so much. It's fucking hilarious. I don't know who made his haircut. I've actually seen someone else with that haircut. I think that's the new look, guys. I think that haircut is the new look. I'm not lying, because I'm pretty sure I've seen some other athlete have that same haircut. So I think the emo look is the new look, guys. So prepare yourself. Anyway, we saw emo Bosa. We talked about the Sam Darnold situation. We talked about sort of with the 49ers versus Dolphins, how it's possible that there's a chance we could beat that team because they're in turmoil. Lions are in turmoil. I would say the 49ers' chances of going to playoffs jumped from 0.01% to 1%. So with that being said, saying there's a chance. So if you're an optimistic 49ers fan, that's something you can hang your hat on for sure. We talked about Devondre Campbell. Like, even as a selfish person, doing that did not help you. Like, I don't understand that. That did not help you as a person. Like, that did not help you in a selfish way. Like, doing what Devondre Campbell did not help you in any fucking fashion. It just didn't. So, yeah. And there's one last comment from Strawberry, and we'll bounce. We'll say the thank yous. We'll bounce. I just hate hypocrites. He who must not be named. Such fans for calling Trey a kid, saying Trey was a grown man. It was disrespectful. Then he turned around and referred Brock as a kid. I know. I'll never forget it. 12 for 12 in practice, and said that Brock wasn't that good, and Trey would have done that, even though he never has. Mind-blowing. Fucking mind-blowing. Like, it's mind-blowing. I agree. Hypocrites, disingenuous. But we talk for fucking hours about it. Thank you so much, Strawberry Reacts, for joining us live, man. You're awesome. I appreciate your conversation. I love your takes. All the time, bro. You have good conversation. Same thing with Papa J. Big fan, man. OG, best mod a channel could ask for. Karen, you're awesome. I love your opinions. What you had to say is really dope. Who else was up in here? Val B, always coming in with like, it was very subtle. Like, hey, go 49ers. Hey, go, making sure the chat is consistent. I appreciate you. John, even though we disagree on Sam Darnold, I appreciate you coming in here, supporting the channel, man. There's one thing I want to preach, man. I will never say you're stupid. I will never say you're dumb. I'll try not to. I don't think I ever have. But my whole standard is you can disagree with me on something, and I'll have an actual debate with you in conversation. So if you think that Sam Darnold can make the throws that Brock Purdy can't, you're entitled to that opinion. And I appreciate you coming in here and preaching that. You're entitled to that. Salvador Osorio, appreciate you coming in here too as well. I think I missed your comment. I'm sorry. Michael Catanzaro, I appreciate you and your daughter. Thank you so much. Your opinion is awesome. Good luck to your daughter and the Eagles, man. The playoffs, it's looking good for you guys and her as well. Filthy Casual, always like you as well. We disagree more times than agree. Still, again, I appreciate you. Rick Diaz, I hope you understood that my language is English. I hope that came across. Appreciate you as well. There was someone else, man. I swear to God that I should not. Scott Lacrosse. I almost forgot Scott Lacrosse, man. He's practically an OG at this point. Steve-O. Apparently he's a troll, but I kind of like him. He's like my favorite troll of all time. I'm not gonna lie to you. Phoenix Magnus, who's a Raiders fan. Hey, man. First Raiders fan. Hope you stick around, man. Good to see it. I don't know if this was a troll, as in you don't believe in Brock, or you think we should actually go for Brock. Don't know where you're coming from with that, but hey, I agree. I think we should pay him 110%. I appreciate you as well. I think that's Jay Vallejo. Appreciate you as well. Thank you so much. And 49ers Brian, always good to have you. Stop Smoking Danu. Love the name Danu. It's unique. I love unique names, and unique names are dope. I've never heard that name, so I appreciate you. Tribe is Papa J's rival. Okay. All right. He's Sonic's Shadow Sonic. All right. Great 1765. Good to have you. That is everyone. And to everyone who's going to go to Rondo Sports, have a good one, man. Have a great conversation. Spread some love. Have some cheer. And like I always say, this channel is nothing, absolutely nothing without you. You guys make this channel what it is. And what this conversation is, just one big, great conversation. And I couldn't ask for a better channel. Thank you guys so much. Couldn't ask for a better fan. You guys are the best. To everybody who subs later, if you like the content, please sub. Helps me out a lot, helps the channel grow. And we're getting this close to monetization, which will increase this channel by a mile. So we're getting there. We're growing together. I'm roughly 3,500 subs in, which is 3,500 more than I ever thought I would get. I'm humble and I appreciate you guys for that. Like the live, helps out the channel, of course, helps spread it across, spread the seed all over the internet. You know what I mean? Appreciate you. Makes my 49ers heart grow from here to here. All love, fam. I'll see you tomorrow. Bang, bang, not again. Bang, bang.